Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, a little back history about me. I used to be on YouTube. I've been doing tarot for 15 years. I do it in my personal life, and I have just started to come back to YouTube. So help me regrow this channel. Hit the subscribe button, the like, if you want. Much appreciated. For you, those of you guys who already know, I am coming out with the monthly readings. I'm doing all these right in a row. This is a special spread I'm going to be doing. This is not the monthlies. This is specifically a reconciliation spread with your ex. So we're going to look into the past situation, the present situation, your ex's current situation, what's going on with them, how they feel about you, and so forth. We're going to go on to there, and we're going to lead up to the outcome of basically, are you guys going to reconcile? Okay. Even if you don't want to reconcile with your ex, hey, we can still, if you want to spy on them, see what they're doing. We're going to look into that too. Okay. Keep in mind, guys, this is for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It's a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everyone. Keep in mind the energies can also be vice versa. Okay. For you or the cross watcher. All right. So after I'm done with these reconciliation spreads, if you guys want, hit the bell so you guys get notified once I start rolling out the rest of these. And then I'm literally going to go right into the March readings regarding love, okay? So as you guys know, I already shuffle and premeditate on the cards ahead of time. So we're just going to dive right into it. Like I said, we're going to just start looking at the past. We're going to pull some clarifiers, and we're going to go from there, okay? Also, guys, if you guys need to contact me, my email is down below. I know some people have been saying that there's a problem with my link. I did try to correct that. Some people are still having issues, but I do know I am receiving emails from a lot of you guys. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, why the link works for some people and doesn't. Also, as well, if you have tried to email me, just know that I am receiving them, and I haven't been able to respond to all the emails yet. So I am going through them, and just know that I'm not ignoring you guys. If I have not responded yet, just know that I am getting to it. I've been getting a lot of emails from you guys, which I love. Keep them coming. I love hearing from you guys. I love getting to know you guys. I love answering questions, okay? Also, feel free to comment down below if you're not getting my attention through email, okay? Commenting down below is probably the best because it helps the channel, one, and two, because I see it right away. All right, so let's get into this. For Leo and the reconciliation with their ex. Okay, so for the past situation, I did get the 9 of Swords. We're going to clarify. Okay, so I've got the 9 of Swords with the Fool and the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, so this past situation, it looks like there could have been a lot of insecurities regarding around this relationship. It looks like you guys, maybe one of you or both of you, decided to kind of drift off and maybe put work into something else. It could have been another person, another relationship. It could have been themselves or yourselves. It could have been a job, anything like that. But it looks like for the most part that there could have been some fear or insecurity involving this relationship. Almost like somebody was afraid of losing someone before they lost someone. And those insecurities kind of drove someone's behavior to maybe kind of jump the gun and get out of the relationship before they even needed to. Why? I don't know. Maybe someone was too much of a flirt in the relationship. Could have been a lot of reasons, right? I'm not doing an entire spread on your guys' past relationship. So all I can see here is that, there was some, and I feel like there's a lot of guilt over it. There might have been, I feel like if you guys separated during the separation, there was a lot of sleepless nights. I don't know if that was you or your partner. Could have been both of you guys. You're going to know how that resonates. But it feels like somebody here was just not okay with how this ended. That's what I'm feeling. Like they were not okay with how this ended. It could have been, you guys could have ended a long time ago. You guys could have ended recently. You guys, I'm not sure what, this could be an ex from 10 years ago. This could be an ex from 2 months ago. I'm not really sure. But it looks like that in the past, somebody was very insecure about almost like losing someone to someone else, or losing someone to a new chapter or a new opportunity in their life, okay? And it looks like somebody did try to take that. Somebody did try and go off and do that new opportunity and kind of try to put work into something else. But it doesn't look like it panned out the way that somebody had expected or hoped. Let's look into the present situation. You guys are going to see cards fall out. I don't take cards that fall out, for those of you guys who do not know and are new to my channel. I drink a lot of coffee, and I go off of my intuition and what I'm being told when to flip the card. Sometimes if I feel like the card that flipped out, I was meant to take it, or it flips out multiple times, I will take it then, because that to me is a strong message that that card is important. Other than that, I believe if a card is meant to come out, that if it flips out, I'll put it back in the deck, and sometimes it does come out again, and then I know, okay, that card was definitely trying to get out. Okay, the present situation between you guys, I got the Fool in reverse. We're going to clarify. Okay, I got the Fool in reverse with the Wheel of Fortune and an Eight of Cups. So it looks to me, because the past situation, the Fool was upright, okay? Now the present, the Fool is, So it does look to me that, like, if you guys did separate, whatever new things you guys went off and tried to do in your life, or whatever new beginnings you tried to do, it didn't exactly pan out, or it's not panning out. At the same time, I also feel like with the Wheel of Fortune here and the Eight of Cups in reverse, I feel like you guys, I feel like you guys could actually be in communication already again. It's very possible that if you guys are not in communication, I'm telling you, you guys definitely will be very shortly. With this Wheel of Fortune and Eight of Cups, this is almost like this is a returning. I feel like you guys feel like maybe you guys are meant to be together, or it's worth trying one more time. That you guys maybe should have never even split up in the first place. Maybe your issues were very minor, or maybe it was just a bad breakup, but enough time has passed where you guys are like, you know what, that was ridiculous, we should try again. There's still feelings here, but this Eight of Cups in reverse is not wanting to leave things as they were between you two. Now, at the same time, whether you guys are in communication or not, I do feel like at the present moment, you guys, even if you are communicating again, I feel like there is no official title on you guys actually being back together yet, okay? Obviously, if there was, this wouldn't be in a reconciliation spread with an ex, right? I do feel like you guys could be taking things slow, or you guys are kind of just like re-stepping, like re-getting to know each other, maybe working through your issues. That is for those, I believe, who are already in communication with their ex. And like I said, if you're not, I believe that this is going to be the energy that comes in very shortly in the present day moment, okay? Let's take a look at your ex's current situation. Okay, got the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay, I got the Page of Wands in reversed with the Empress and the Page of Cups. So it does look to me that your ex could be feeling a little bit hopeless in life. If they have tried to invest into other people or other situations, or they were in another relationship in between you guys. I do feel like things are just not panning out for them. They've had a lot of shortcomings. Things come up short for them. I generally believe that they are, even with you, I feel like things just are short. I feel like overall, whether it's you or a relationship they had, everything combined, right? Like all together. I feel like they're coming up short with everything. And I feel like at one point or time they were in this Empress energy where they did feel very confident. They did feel a lot of abundance, a lot of happiness, a lot of security. Like they felt confident in themselves, sure of themselves. Okay, they knew what they wanted. And now this Empress in reverse, it's kind of like, I feel like they don't really feel that way anymore. Maybe they've just gone through too much at this point. You know, maybe it's like that feeling like, I've tried love 100 times over again. Why am I not getting it right? Why can't I get it right? And even if they have not expressed this to you, this is something I feel like they are going through internally, okay? So if you are in communication with them or you're not, and their behaviors kind of make you wonder what's going on, this looks like something that they are dealing with internally. They could have had a couple flings in between you guys, a couple crushes, but again, nothing that ever panned out, nothing that was like, this is it. And I do feel like they want to come forward with you with some kind of love, new beginning with you, an apology if you're still waiting on one. Maybe you guys just haven't had a real serious conversation yet of what has happened between you two. And I do see them wanting to give that chance with you. Okay, let's see how they feel about you. Okay, I'm going to clarify. You know, with this Fool here too, it could be that they see you. Now, Leo, I'm just saying this. I'm not saying you're like this. I'm just saying this is an energy I'm picking up here. This is, it could see that they feel like maybe you are maybe not fully invested into them. And I'm not saying you are. You could just be giving off a perception or a vibe that you're kind of like, well, if you're into me, you're into me. I'll have fun with you. And if you're not, you're not. Leos are very known to be, they're the strength, right? They're strong. They're the lion. They can be very intimidating. And they can also sometimes, feel like they can't be bothered. So they can, represent this where, not even so much as that. It just feels like, oh, well, if you're in my life, great. And if you're not, I'll be okay without you. And sometimes that can make people get up in their feels where if they feel like they're not needed by you or something like that, you might have a big social circle. You might, they might believe that they can lose you at any time if they invest into you. That's another energy here I get with this Seven of Pentacles and this Fool, because, the Seven of Pentacles is about, if I put in all this work, am I going to get it back? And it does feel like to me that if there could be like, and this could have been an issue with the past as well. Like, it does feel like, the Fools on the board here and all this is that I don't feel like they want to lose you, but at the same time, I think they might be afraid of investing too much into you because they might be afraid like, well, like, how do I know that my Leo is going to stay with me? They can leave at any time. How they feel about you? I got the Hangman. Okay, so I got the Hangman with the Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Five of Cups. So yeah, they are not sure exactly how they feel about you. It's like a pendulum. It goes back and forth. 1 minute they're like in their feels about you, and then the next they're really skeptical. Okay, with this Four of Pentacles here in reverse and this Five of Cups here, I feel like they are trying to release whatever negative feelings they've had about you and your past. Any kind of resentment, anything like that. If they did something to you, they could be holding on to a lot of remorse and guilt, and it could even be hard to face you. It could be like, well, I don't deserve my Leo. You don't. I don't see any kind of infidelity on this board, but you're gonna know exactly. Like I said, I'm not diving into your guys' past. So you guys are gonna know exactly what happened in their past. All I can tell you is that in the present day moment, how they feel about you is they're a little undecided because of these feelings. It very well could be as well. Like I was getting this energy in their present situation that they've just feel like kind of like nothing has panned out for them. Like they've tried this love game 100 times and it just hasn't worked for them. And they honestly could just, if there was a relationship in between you two, they could be still trying to, and I know you guys aren't going to like to hear this, but they could be trying to release that pain, that heartbreak. Not to say that they want to be with that person, but that relationship, if they had one in between you, could have caused them trauma. If they haven't been in a relationship between you, there could just be trauma that you guys had. And you might be sitting here, well, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that traumatic. But, that may be for you, not your partner. Because your partner here, they are undecided because they are holding on to something. There is pain here. There's remorse. There's guilt. There's depression. There's sadness. There is loss. Okay? They are undecided about you because they're holding on to loss. Now, what is that loss? I can't really tell you. I can just tell you that it does feel to me that if there was a relationship in between you guys, I feel like it's kind of like that. And I feel like they want to have another go with you. I just feel like they might be undecided because they might feel like they are just maybe really messed up from all the relationships they've had together. It might have nothing to do with you, Leo. It just might have to do with you're a piece of many puzzles that have made them who they are today. And they are not exactly, their wheels aren't completely greased, okay? They're still spinning through the motions here with things, especially with this, like I said, this Page of Wands in reverse and this Empress in reverse here. They're not feeling fully themselves. And you might be thinking, well, I don't see that in them. I don't, remember, a lot of people keep things internally, especially when dealing with their exes. So keep that in mind. But I do see them trying to release this. I do definitely see them really working on trying to move past this, really trying to get out of this undecided headspace, because I do feel like, with this Hangman, because they are undecided, they are definitely on a pendulum. And that means that even though sometimes they're undecided, sometimes they are decided, that they do want to do this with you. It goes back and forth right now. And it's not to say it's going to stay like that. It's just to say, like, that is currently, what's happening here. So let's see how your ex feels about reconciling with you. If you guys are watching this video right now, if you don't mind giving a thumbs up on the video, it would be much appreciated. Like, comment. Say hi. Okay, how they are feeling about you. You have the Sun. Or how they are feeling about reconciling. So you have the Sun. Let's clarify. Okay, so you have the Sun with the Ten of Cups and the High Priestess in reverse, okay? So they do want to reconcile with you, Leo. They see you as someone they can be very happy with. You must have brought them a lot of happiness at one point in time for you to get the Ten of Cups and the Sun. It's possible, if this is an ex that you had a family with, that they really see having their family back as something, as a very positive thing for them. And I do feel like even if you don't have a family with them, I feel like they definitely could see that stability with you. Like they can picture the house and the kids and the marriage and the family and, the cake and the frosting and the candles and the whole 9 yards, the whole 10 yards, okay? I do see that. I do see that they would love to get to that place with you. Here's the kicker. You got a high priestess in reverse. If this reconciliation has not happened yet, it is because there is something that they are not telling you. And I have been getting a lot of energy with that on the board. They're not exactly being 100% honest with their feelings or what they're going through internally, no matter what they're presenting to you. Whether, if they're not in communication with you, well, then you wouldn't know, right? But like, unless you were stalking their social media, but even then, you can't trust that. People mask all the time. But if you are in communication with them and you guys are already starting to talk again, there's something the reason why this reconciliation has not occurred yet is because there is something that they are not telling you. It's very possible that they're just not telling you how happy you make them. It's very possible you're going to know your situation. You're going to know like how good you guys are doing and how not good you guys are doing. But it is possible that they could just be telling you like, hey, maybe they're afraid of being that vulnerable with you. They're afraid of wearing their heart on their sleeve. This is only for some of you for this, but they could just be like masking their feelings. But for most of you, there is just something in general that they are keeping from you. So let's recap, okay? They do want to reconcile with you. They don't want to leave this as it is. They're unsure of how they feel about you, which means that to be unsure, there's times where they really do want to be with you. They can see being happy with you again. They do see that with you. You do make them happy. They can see having a family with you, having that home with you, okay? But there is something that they are keeping hidden from you, They're not telling you something. They're not telling you something. All right. It could have to do if they were in a relationship with someone in between you. They just might not be telling you like how much trauma or baggage that they're holding on to that. It could be a number of things. God, let's hope that it's not that they have a family somewhere else out there, right? I mean, I know that's a very uncommon scenario, but it's happened to people. Like, it's happened. They found out that, they got someone else pregnant, or someone else is pregnant, having a baby by someone else, and it's not. I don't think that's the case here. I'm just saying that. I mean, if one of you out there resonates with that, then damn. But I'm just saying that's not a very common scenario. But these days, you can't put anything past anyone, right? I don't think that's the secret that they're holding from you. I like I said, I do believe it's either that they're just afraid to be vulnerable and tell you how they feel. And it could be stopping this from like pushing forward. They could just be holding back. Maybe they're afraid. Like I said, maybe you get too much attention. Maybe, they went on to try to work things out in their life. Maybe things worked out for you better than them. And they could feel intimidated maybe. But it could have to do with this pain too that they're holding on to. All right. So we're going to go, if you would like to reconcile with your ex. This is just for advice on what you should do, how you should handle this. Okay? What advice do we have for Leo? What advice do we have for Leo? What advice do we have for Leo, please? Clarify. Okay. I got the 10 of Wands in reverse with the 8 of Wands in reverse and the Strength card. Okay. So, if I was you, I would not... Whatever burdens you're holding on to regarding this relationship, if there is insecurities, if there are issues, if there is stress of why this person is not committing to you or coming back or anything like that, I think you might be a little bit too much in your head about it. I would release it because, like I said, our insecurities, our fears, about a situation can actually change the way we act and our persona towards something, and we actually like bring negative energy to a situation without even realizing it. And I would try, if you are not in communication with this person and you are waiting for this communication, and this is very hard for you, even if you are in communication, but you're not having the conversation about you two actually coming together and being a thing yet, I think this is saying, like, don't push it. Don't try to make that your problem. I feel like this is saying stay strong and let them come to you. So if you're not in communication with them, do not reach out. Be strong. They will come towards you, especially, there is some kind of blocked energy right now, and maybe it is for a reason. Maybe things are just working themselves out, okay? But if you are in communication with them, I would not be the one. If you are in communication with your ex and you guys are casually starting to talk again, texting, or maybe you've seen each other a couple times, don't try to make it more than what it is at the moment, okay? Don't let them use you. Don't let them use you for a friends with benefits situation. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, like, hey, you're sleeping with me. Why aren't we, I'm not saying don't have self-respect for yourself and don't stand up for yourself. I'm just saying, like, if it's not a friends with benefits situation, if they didn't just come back to use you, right? And you know that this is, like, happening again, but it's not happening at the speed that you would like. You're not seeing, like, you feel like they came around and then they've gone hot and then they've gone cold. I would just relax, okay? And don't push it, because if this person is in communication with you and they're on a pendulum right now, right? And they're going back and forth and they're undecided whether they want to be with you or not. If you come in and push them and don't let them process this themselves, you're going to end up pushing them further away from you. Same thing if you're not in communication with them, okay? If you're not in communication with them, it's not because they don't want to talk to you or want to be with you. It's because they're processing stuff, okay? And sometimes people just need that time to do that themselves so they can wake up themselves. If you try to wake someone out of a sleep, what do? They like get all cranky. But if someone wakes up on their own, they wake up, they jump out of bed, they're full of life, they feel refreshed, okay? They're ready to take on the day. This is saying, like, let them wake up on their own, regardless whether you are in communication with them or not. Just, if you are in communication with them and you're taking things slow, just keep taking things slow. Be positive. Don't make this your burden. Stay strong. Stay happy. Stay positive, and they will wake up, okay? They'll be like, oh, I know now for sure that you're definitely, I want to be with you, okay? Now, for the moment you guys are all been waiting for, we are going to see if you and your ex are going to reconcile, okay? Okay, so you got the Queen of Wands with the Five of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Wands again. Okay, So I do see a very good possibility of you guys reconciling. Here's the thing. There does seem like there might be some competition. Again, I don't know why I keep picking up another vibe like there's other people around. Again, and I don't know if this is because this person dated in between you two. Maybe you did. Maybe you, I mean, the Queen of Wands is someone who likes attention. You know, could be very flirty. Wands energy is always very flirty, no matter what you're talking about. You know, knights, kings, queens. And the Queen of Wands, there could be some jealousy here and some competition. And I'm not exactly getting exactly friendly competition with this Five of Wands in reverse here with this Queen of Wands. There could be a lot of people up in your mix with this relationship. Maybe you guys go out a lot and surround yourself with other people. Maybe, you know, you guys, I'm sure you guys probably have had one-on-one time, or you guys will, but I feel like there's a bigger circle than that here. And I would, it might be that somebody is having a hard time feeling secure. There could be some jealousy, like I said. I would just don't play the comparison game. Stay confident. This is for the cross watcher too, because I'm not sure if it's you, Leo, or your partner that needs to hear this. But don't do the comparison game. If you guys were in previous relationships, or when you guys were single or on a break and there were other people involved, or you guys go out to the dinner or a bar or something and you see your person flirting with the bartender, or smiling with this person, or smiling with that person, you know, don't sit there and be like, what do they got that I don't? You know, don't do that. I believe that for this reconciliation to happen, insecurity needs to be pushed to the side, because back in the past situation, I can tell you insecurity was an issue. Okay, so if you reconcile with someone, great, but if you're going to repeat the same patterns, well, that's not. You're going to be right back up here looking for another reconciliation spread. So I do believe that, you know, the Queen of Wands is someone who is very desirable, very attractive, very sexy, a lot of sex appeal, okay? I do feel like there is a strong connection here. For some reason, it just feels like there is other people up in the mix here. But I do see a reconciliation happening. Now, if you guys are going to last past that, I don't know. See, this is something you guys would want to look out for, and I almost feel like doing an extended for you guys, but I haven't done it for the other sign, so it wouldn't be fair. Just going to have to really get into the March readings pretty quickly, because I really do want to look into this. Yeah. But if a reconciliation here, I do see a possible, and you know, a lot of attraction here, all that, okay? No matter what, though, I think you guys will end up becoming really good friends. Maybe you guys will become really good friends first before you guys reconcile, you know? So either way, though, I either see you guys reconciling, or I see you guys becoming really good friends. And you might not want to be friends with your ex. You know, and that's okay. But I don't see, like, you guys just, like, leaving on bad terms and just leaving it that way and not coming back together and just, like, not having anything to do with each other. I do think that you guys had a strong love for each other. And, you know, with how they feel about reconciling the Sun and the Ten of Cups, I just feel like there's issues here, or communication that's just still hasn't been talked about yet, or a movement of commitment that just hasn't happened yet. But I do feel like you guys just remember there might be it does feel like there might be some competition, but I don't think it's serious competition. It might just be like, ooh, look at me, I'm so hot. Look at what you had. Like, it might just be like a confident competition. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know you're my girl. You know you're my man, okay? So it does feel like that. So in general, I do feel pretty positive about this. So just don't let self-esteem become an issue, okay? Just know you got it like that. All right, Leos? Anyway, that is what I have for you guys. I'm sorry if it didn't resonate. If it did, comment, like, subscribe, let me know, guys. Anyway, keep a lookout for the March. Like I said, I'm going to finish doing these reconciliation spreads and get right into it. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. As always, much appreciated. Love you. Bye.